Hey guys, this is Tim here with Sear Freaks Garage and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're gonna be working on this 1957 Chevy Project that we got into the shop here. And slight problem, when the car came into the shop, we found that about 5 out of 10 of the body bolts are broke off into the body mount. So we're gonna have to go ahead and drill those out and retap all those, because if you know anything about 57 Chevys, they got the welded nut on the inside of the car. And these have been all covered up with floorboards. So that's not good. We're gonna try going in from the bottom first, try and drill them out. And we'll bring you guys along for that. So I'm gonna get a swig and we'll put you guys underneath the car with us. So come on. All right guys, we're underneath the car here, and I'm not sure if you guys can see this in here, but if you look inside there, you can see what's left of the bolt in there. So we did a punch in it so far. I got a little tiny drill bit here, 1/8 inch we're gonna start with first and try to drill it out. Now I do believe that there's about 5 of these mounts underneath here that are all broke off like this. So we're gonna have to go ahead and get all those out. So we're gonna start with this one right here. So I'm gonna set you guys up, you can just watch the drill work. Closer there. Let's see. No, we're not too bad off the center, so pretty close. All right, we're through the first layer. Good deal. All right, so I'm gonna get some of these shavings out of here. I'm gonna go get a bigger drill bit now, so we can go next size up. It's all a process. It's all a process. All right. Ugh. You know, I went back, walked past Christine, and she shoulder checked me. She was a little mad because I wasn't working on her today. Alright, let's see what we got now. Hit it with the next one. Let's see what we got. Well, let's bore her out a little bit more. All right, let's cut a hole in the floor and open it up and take a look at it.
I have to. Yeah, because I can't bend that out of the way or anything.
We just gotta find out exactly where it's at. So just a minute, I'm gonna have you tap on the floor. But I gotta open this door and I gotta get a piece of marker or something to mark where it's at. So put your hand here, like in line where the body mount is. So it's where your light is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm in there. Okay, now, let me get a tape measure and go far back from the outer edge of the rocker. Okay. Go ahead and put that in center line with that bolt.
Okay, it's on the screwdriver.
And move your fingers. Well, that's right by the freaking seat bracket. I need a cutoff wheels I'm gonna need. All right, so next step's gonna be to get all this stuff out of the car so I can cut this. It looks like I'm gonna have to cut right here along the floor here and along here where this patch was put on here. I have to cut this open because the body bolts broke off inside there and I gotta get in there to see what's going on so I can get a nut inside that to get the body mounted down properly. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get this thing cleaned out. Day one, cutting the 57 Chevy.
Cutting it or cutting it up?
Cutting it up.
Ah.
I'm gonna part it out.
Oh, God.
Just kidding, Jason. Just kidding.
I wouldn't let him. I like it too much.
But we gotta find out what's going on with that body mount. We gotta get to that. There's only one way to get to it. We don't want to do it. The bottom line is, somebody's got to. Alright, we can get a screwdriver here. Let's see what we can see right there. So cut this back a little bit. Holy cow, that burned a major hole in my glove. That hurt. Okay. There it is. There it is.
Is it a nut?
Nope, it's a bolt.
No nut?
Nope. It wasn't dead center is the problem, but.
It's okay. We're gonna put a nut on it. I put a regular nut on it. How are you? This car's never gonna see. Oh, there we go. Get this broke out of here.
Alright, I'll bring us in. That's what we're looking at right here. That's what's left of the bolt right there. So I think what I'm gonna try to do is knock this nut off here too. And I'm gonna put a nice nut in here. And I think I'm gonna do a stainless nut in here so I don't never have to worry about rust in there again. And I'll kind of rust treat all that while I'm in there. Might as well. First I gotta try to get the rest of that bolt off there, so wish me luck. Okay, I'm gonna work on that right now, so let's see what I can do. You're not gonna wanna be in there because I'll be banging. Need a big hammer. It's off there, woo! Now I gotta get a magnet and get it out of there. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. There it is. All right, I'm gonna vacuum that all out in there. I don't like all that stuff in there. All right. There's that. Now, I got 3/8 tap, see if that will fit in that hole, and it'll tell us if we gotta cut that bolt nut off there, or what we gotta do. Okay. So we didn't have a long enough tap. So what we did, we took the 1/4" drive socket, or excuse me, extension, and put it there, see, square end, goes right in there, 1/4", and then we clamp the other end into the tap set. So let's just hope and pray that it works. So we're just gonna see if it'll come. Let's try to thread the bolt. I want to just see what it does. Let's see. I like how it's threading. Threading in. See, it's got a little slide though. I don't like that. It's just loose. Yeah, that bolt's pretty loose. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna grind that nut off there completely. Put another 3/8 nut there. I think that's gonna be the best way to do it. I think that's the right way to do it. So get the belt sander. All right. We call the big guns in here. I'm gonna bring you in and show you what we're doing. Okay, so right inside here, I don't like the way this nut is looking in here. And the bolt doesn't grab very good in there from the bottom. I could just put another nut on the top and sandwich it down tight, and it ain't gonna go anywhere. But I'm really kind of thinking to do it right, I want to grind this out completely, smooth it all out, and weld another nut to the floor in there. So I'm gonna see what Brando thinks. All right, guys, so bringing you in here real quick, we got this all cleaned up. Got as much of the surface rust off here as we could get off here. So next thing we're gonna do right now is I gotta get me some square nuts. I'm gonna go up and get some square 3/8 nuts. I'm gonna weld a nut on here with the body bolt going through. We're gonna weld that in place. Once I get that welded in place, I'm gonna go ahead and spray the heck out of inside here with rust converter. And I'm gonna paint inside here as well, just to kind of make sure it's protected and that brace stays strong for many years to come. So that's the next step there. This is just gonna be welded back down right here. I'll grind this all back down, weld it all back down. Yeah, so anyways, that's where we're at with that one. And then it's gonna be time to move on to the next one. So let's go ahead and check the next one out. So, okay guys, so I'm back on Project 57 today, and we were working on the floor braces still. So, or the body mounts rather. So we went in through the inside for this body mount, and I'm gonna go get my light here. You can see this is the bolt here where the body mounts broke off, and my light's kind of bright, I apologize, but you can see where it's broke off. And on the bottom, I mean, that's all you see is just a broken bolt. So we're gonna clean this up. I gotta get in here and I gotta get that bolt and nut both off there, because I want to weld a new nut in there for the body mount, because I just don't, I mean, this is not gonna work. This nut is not gonna work. I'm not gonna be able to drill it out and tap it. So I'm just gonna grind the nut out, have a hole there, and we'll weld a new nut in there and have a nice, lot stronger, secure body mount there. So all right, so I got my strongest grit sandpaper that I own on this here belt sander, and I never thought that I would have to eliminate a bolt via belt sander, but we are where we are, and that's what we're going to attempt to do. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna get a punch, poke down in there now. Gotta check that hole. That's what I'm gonna do. Stick this punch down in the hole. And, oh yeah. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, nice. Nice. Okay. That's a little bit off. There we go. There we go. Beautiful. So we're at the driver's side over by the door here, and we found that there was a body mount on the outside out here, and then another body mount on the inside. And this one did not have a bolt in it. It didn't look like it was supposed to have a bolt in it, but there was one broke off in it. Now, that's kind of an issue because we got to get a new one back in it. So we had to open the floor back up again to get a new nut in here. So luckily we got plenty of room to grind. So we're going to use the belt trick again. We're going to try to eliminate that nut. That's all we can do. So we're on that, trying to eliminate this one. Then we'll have one more to drill on the other side of the car as well. So let's get to it. Let me bend this down just a little bit. There we go. I don't think we'd be able to drill this one out. We can try it, but I don't think we're going to be able to. And I'd really like to clean up all the rust around there anyways. But. All right. Can we tap it? Yes, we can. Holy cow. Holy cow. Are you okay? Are you okay? Oh my gosh. Whew. All right. Take this off on the edges. We gotta get some rust fixed in there. And we don't want to spray it on the areas that we're going to be welding. There, that's good enough. Right. It's going to kill the rust inside there. So we're going to spray this in there the best we can. If the can's going to work. Hey, there we go. At least it's going to keep it more stable around where the body mount is anyways. So I can't cut the whole floor up obviously and rust treat all that, but I'm going to go on the other side and spray where we did before.
tuck up under the burn hose area. So, this way or this way, I guess which way they're out. And yeah, so there you have it. Your Mustang. Now, first one is
seat bolts. Now, all I should have to do is cut one more hole on the floor on the other side to get to like where that nut would be on the other side. Then go get the nuts to weld in and weld them in, and then close the floors back up. Okay guys, we'll come back at the other side over there. Alright. So, what I'm gonna do is we got a weld mark, spot welds here, spot welds are here. Obviously that's where the brace is, the two sides of the brace. So we're gonna cut in between there. There's a body mount hole right there. We're gonna cut that baby open like we did the other side and expose it. So we can get the rust out of there and weld a nut in there. Because there's probably not a nut in there. Or it's probably junk. So I'm gonna cut that out. Wish us luck. Pop it open. See what we can see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Jeez. Plenty of rust in there. I'm glad I opened it up. Bring it over so you guys can see this. You probably can't see it really good, but you can see this is all caked of rust in there. And there's our body mount right there, which didn't have a nut on it, but we're gonna put one on it. It's weird because you just don't know till you get in there, you know. We're gonna clean this all up really good. rust reformer on there as far as it says rust converter. Because this is going to make it black and protected. Shoot that in there. Then what we'll do is we'll grind this off. So we're going to weld. And this will give it a protection also. Like a paint. Back of that too. That's all protected now. Now we're gonna do the other side real quick. And then we gotta do inside this back hole too. Here. Yeah, we gotta vacuum that crud out of there first. So we got the new body mounts welded in, the nuts for that, and this one here's welded in. We got this one welded in over here, and the one welded in back here. Make sure we can see this very well. Got that welded in back there. And those are all set now. Just put a little paint on them, let those dry. We cleaned them up, let those dry a little bit. Then we got to take the bolts back out that we have in there because the bolts are just kind of hold the nuts there. We take the bolts back out, and we do got to lift the body up yet because when we got the car, the two body mounts were not in underneath the car right here, and we got to go ahead and put those in. So we do got to jack the body up. So we got to remove the two body bolts back here, which is right back by the trunk, right back in here. We're going to remove these two so we can jack the body up in the back and get the mounts in where they belong, right here. These two got to go in along the back right here, and one of the biscuits was not in over here, so we're going to go ahead and take care of that. Now this one right here did not have a nut on it, and according to what we found from the schematic, it's kind of back and forth as far as whether the sedan should have two here or just one. But when this one over here on this side was broke off, so I cut the floor open over there and there was a nut there. So obviously on this car it needed to be there, so I'm going to go ahead, we're putting them back in. That one was fine. This one had no nut on it, so we welded a nut on this one, and the hole is rather big, so this is the one we welded the washer for and put that on there with the washer on it too, welded to it. So, and this one just the nut was broke off, so good to go. That all should be good now, so we're going to move on now, and I'm going to let this dry a little bit. Take the nuts, bolts out. I got to make sure everything's going to work fine with the body mounts before I close these holes up, just in case I got to move anything. And then I'm going to go ahead and we're going to get the front drag link, or sway bar, mounted on. So we're going to take care of that. So we'll do that while all this dries and mumbo jumbo. All right, so quick recap. So as we said, all the nuts are welded in over there. Took the body mounts all back out again to get the back ones in back here because the biscuits were not in on the bottom. They are in now. We jacked the body up. We took the two body mounts out of the back. There and there. Took those out. Put the correct size bolts in both the body mounts. Rejacked the back of the body up. And got the biscuits in where they belong. These are all good to go. Getting them all bolted in right now, trying to find the right size bolts because there's like bolts missing out of the kit that are proper length, and we're just trying to get the best length fit bolts that we can. Luckily I did have a 57 Chevy body mount kit here at the shop, which I had bought for the Christine project because they don't make a Plymouth one, so I had bought via some friends of mine that suggested a 57 Chevy body mount kit, so I bought that for my Christine car. So luckily we have all this stuff that we can refer to if needed. We can go ahead and pull some of this stuff from my 57 kit, which I really didn't want to do, but I might not have a choice. So anyway, we're going to do that. So we're going to finish getting the body mounts on, then come back at you when we get the front sway bar bolted up. And we're going to get those bolted in. I'll try to bring the camera underneath the car and do a few with you anyway. So we'll try that.
Oh, that's one I already tightened, dummy. Dummy! What's he gonna do with all that? Right here. Okay, torqued.
Wait a minute. Yep. All right. You have that one?
Yep. Now it's your inner and outer one. This is a good battery.
Huh?
This is a good battery.
There's it.
Yep.
There it is.
Okay, so now it's my turn.
That one torqued?
Oh, okay. Cool beans. I guess mine just likes me better than you.
Yeah, whatever.
See, I prefer to punch the frame.
Yeah, whatevs.
Torqued. So now we're gonna move up to these two that'll take the both of us.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Wow.
I think I might be good on this one.
It's coming. There it is. All right.
That formed the washer before.
There you go. Yeah, it doesn't want to move. Yeah. Can you shut the door a little bit? It's in my way. There it is. There it is. Good. You see if the bolt's turning? Doesn't feel like it's turning.
No, it's not.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. She's good.
Yep. Good. Cool beans. Body mounts are done. Done. Thank the Lord. The fans want to see your sign of relief.
Woohoo! Get you some of that.
Okay, so anyway.
Alright guys, so we're working on these floor mounts and we're trying to get we gotta get the metal laid back down and get it ready to weld all these holes back shut. So what we're working right now is bending all this metal back. those two spots are done. That's done. Alright, now we're just gonna get some spray paint on those once they dry. And then we can go ahead and do the pour 15. Once this floor is all cleaned up really good, we can get some finishing paint on here now that the floor is all walled up, good to go. So we're gonna let that dry. Give that a little bit to dry, come back, hit it with a little spray, and should be good to go from there. Good, done.
Alright guys, we're back on the 57 today. We're painting the package tray, the thing where the back seat, the top of the back seat sits. We're going to paint that. We're going to paint these door things, the insides of the backs. We're going to paint those black. We got some semi-gloss, Rust-Oleum black in a can. We're just going to brush it on because it's going to be way easier than taping the whole car off. And then after we do that, then we got to rust treat the floors. So we're just going to go ahead and put all this on. This is all going to need a second coat. I don't want to put it on super thick. So it's got to be brushed twice, but that's no big deal. So that's what we're doing now. As you can see, I already got a good portion of it done. Wanted to make sure it laid all good and I didn't have any issues with it. So, but no, it's looking good, looking good. You can't put it on very thick though. That's for sure. So that's why it's going to be done in coats, because I had to have a couple spots where she's a little runny. So that's okay. Alright guys, so we're back on Project 57. And last time we got the backs of these things painted, quarters, doors, whatever the hell you want to call them. The package tray back by where the top of the back seat goes. We got all that painted black, and now we're going to move on to the floor. The floor was already painted, but it wasn't rust protected and everything. It's just shot black, and that's not the way we roll. So we've got our special trusty, see if I can do this without spilling it, Pour 15 gloss black. We're going to go ahead and brush paint this all over the entire floor. We've used this stuff on lots of projects in the past. Really good luck with it. Really like it. It's really good stuff. They make lots of different brands. But this is the one I like. A little expensive, but it does the job. And if you're doing the whole floor, you'll only do it once. So I prefer to spend the money and get it done once the right time. So We're gonna start on the driver's side. We got the whole floor blown off. We've scuffed it so it's nice and dull. So I like to start in the middle, work my way out, because sometimes you gotta crawl in the car to get the tough areas. You're gonna watch me do arts and crafts. So that's what we're gonna do here. Okay, so this stuff's really strong. I'd suggest a fan and the doors open. It's currently like -5 degrees and snowing, so we're not gonna open up our door. We're just gonna suffer. We'll probably turn on a fan here in a little bit. If you don't know what POR 15 is, it is a rust preventative coating. It is a very permanent thing. Once it's on and painted on and it's dry, it is like rock hard. So this is typically what you're gonna put on your floor before you do your sound deadening. You don't have to do POR 15. You can just do black paint if you want, but this is what we like to use. It's very, very high quality stuff. It pretty much dries like this. It doesn't really get any duller. I find the gloss works the best for the sound deadening to stick to. So this is the stuff we suggest that you use. Obviously there's other brands. We haven't used other brands. This is the one we've always kind of stuck with. You're probably asking yourself, but Brandon, why are you using such a small brush? Thank you. So this is the only brush I have right now. Everything is closed at the time. So this is what we're gonna do it with. And because it's the only brush I can fit in my can. It's one of those things, it's like, not even like $100 for this and the brushes. And it's one of those things you'll thank yourself way later on, because it will really, it stops the rust drastically. I mean, this stuff really works. Just take that little bit extra time, take the extra step, brush the floor, get it done, do it the right way. So we're gonna get it done the right way on Project 57. Because that's the only way to do it 57. Right in this area, I'll move my light so you guys can see it right here. So right in here, this is where you really want to make sure. I'm going to try my best to lay this a little bit thicker than I do the rest of it, because this is where you're going to collect any water if your car does leak at all. Is right in this area right here. This is where every car almost ever has always brought it out, unless it's a Plymouth. That was the whole floor. All right, guys. So we've got the driver's side done here. As you can see, it looks absolutely phenomenal. We took the gas pedal out so we can get behind it so it doesn't stick. And this looks, I mean, it looks a lot better than that, right? That's just paint over there. So this is that rust coating. So here is my seam I was talking about. Right here is where the seam stops. So this is where your floor meets your inner rocker. Right here. We went a little bit over, but on the inside right there, you can see we did all that. And we only went up where this, like the bottom of the floor comes up. See it right There's our seam right there. So that's plenty high enough. So now we're gonna go over and we're gonna do the other side, same exact thing. Then if your buddy comes over to your shop and he's like, hey man, what are you doing to your floors? You can be all like, well, hey, I found this stuff POR-15, man. It's rust preventative stuff, right? That Brandon over at Street Freaks Garage did it on Project 57, and you should check out the video for your project. This is not a sponsored thing at all. It's just quality stuff, and there's nothing I love more than a quality product, to be 100% honest with you. I mean, in the automotive world, I mean, when you're storing cars, things like that, there's nothing worse than when you get a project and it doesn't work and you have to do the job twice. Just get the quality stuff, guys. Spend the money once. I'm not one to, you gotta buy the most expensive stuff in the world. No, I just like good quality materials, good quality parts. Quality is number one. Always has been, always will be. So just think about that, guys. Something you don't want to do twice. That's literally the most annoying thing in the world when you have to do your work twice. Alright guys, there you go. Floor is all done. All the way around. We got in here really good. Right up in that seam on both sides. We've got the back all done from that line right there. Down is all POR-15. From that line right there up is that Rust-Oleum semi-gloss that we brushed on the whole back of the car. You can see the package tray looks really good. Turned out really good. Shop's kind of a mess right now. We're going to paint this black too. You can see this side is all done. Rust preventative stuff, but look how good that looks though. I mean, it really, made the inside of the car look smaller, all that black, but it looks really good. So this is one of those things, if you're an older feller and you can't fit in the back seat like I did, this is where you get your kids out and you go, hey, if you come out in the garage and help dad, I'll give you ice cream. Look at this. Kids love to paint. Kids love to paint. Look at that. I mean, your car could look like this too. You just got to get your kid, okay? Get them in here with a brush. Then you take them out for ice cream when they're done. And bam, you don't have to do it. You just got to buy the products. So that's the way to do it. Nobody offered me ice cream, so there you go, guys. There's POR-15 on Project 57's floors. If you like what you're seeing, or if you know of a better product, maybe that's not as expensive as POR-15, go ahead and drop that below in the comments. There you go, guys. Looks gorgeous. Peace out. All right, so we got the painting all done. Floors all POR-15, all that good stuff. We went ahead and laid our sound deadener down. As you can see, I'm sure you can see it all over the floor where it says Kill Mat. That's what I like to use. It comes in these individual pieces and it lays easy. I think it's easier to lay down myself that way rather than one big piece all at one time. So, no point to film me, sitting here rolling around doing this for, ever. I don't think you guys want to see that. That's boring. But you can see the whole floor is done minus this spot right here because we got to cut a hole in the floor for our beautiful Mr. Gasket automatic. Automatic shifter, so no bang shifting, but a guy can dream. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. I mean, nothing too bad. It wasn't just time consuming. Just get yourself a roller, turn on some good tunes, and a sharp knife and get to work.
Work it.
I like this one better.
Work it, girl.
Oh.
Work it.
And then when you get to these creases in the floor with stuff like this, I found a socket or one of these soft handles works really good to push down on and get all those surfaces pushed down really tight.
Because this stuff conforms really good, right?
Yes.
It conforms really good. You see right here on the seams, it just flatten those sticks together. So I'm sure a lot of you have done sound deadener before in the past, but for those of you who have not,
It's made to
it
conform.
crushes together like really well. So yeah, it's
That's what this bad boy's for.
made to overlap.
Amazon special.
So yeah.
This stuff's pretty reasonable. I think I'm 1 1/4 boxes, probably about 1 1/4 boxes to do the whole floor. So
Of this, yeah, and a lot of guys will run up the sides here too. I don't really know how much road noise you get from the sides,
yeah, we'll see.
but yeah, again, it's going to be, you know,
That's something you can always add later on.
deciphering.
Ooh.
And also too, you know, I guess we did not film this yet either. We got the inside of the doors painted here too.
I think that might be it.
And we didn't want to paint the outside edges of the door because we wanted the burgundy to show like around the door panels and that, but we wanted the door protected as well. So
Yeah, because that was all bare metal in there.
yeah, that's all painted too, kind of bare metal now. So good to go there.
And then in the process, we took the gas pedal out because your bolts here, both those bolts snapped off on the floor, so we had to drill and tap those. And then we took this bad boy out of the way too because we had to paint that. So pretty much we just opened up the area right up there to change it, made it way easier.
Yeah, now this is the replacement pedal, right?
Yep.
The new one, or the one that's staying in it?
Yep.
Okay, so we could, you know, get this bent over more.
Until the steering column's in it, I gotta check for
Right,
clearance.
once it comes in, and we could also add a bigger foot thing on it, so it's like a full-size
They make
brake
one.
pedal, you know.
Yeah, they make an aftermarket. I gotta have you order it. You drill 2 holes in here, and it makes the pad bigger
Like
for a power pedal.
Yeah, because we definitely don't want it to go closer to the gas pedal. We
It
want it
doesn't,
over
yeah.
this way more.
I've already put my foot there. You got an ample amount of room between the two.
Yeah, so it would look really good. So, and then we can't really mount the shifter until we get
Seat.
a seat for it, and we don't have any seats for the car currently. So we are going to start keeping our eyeballs peeled for some low back buckets. That's going to look really good in this car. So I think the low back buckets will look killer in here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't think he's going to do any kind of a console or not. We didn't talk about that, but the shifter was just going to be on the floor.
I think the shifter on the floor alone will be cool.
I mean,
enough.
later on, he can do a center console in the middle to hold like drinks and stuff like that if he wants to. But let's face it, you know, who's going to drink when you're banging gears?
Well, the only gears he's gonna be banging is reverse to drive.
That's right. Well, you can still bang for a second and drive.
I don't know if this. Yeah,
If you
we'll
want
have to see
to.
what it has. If it's got that option.
It should have. All right, guys, so there you have it. Sound Ender is just about finished, really, except for the shifter area.
The whole floor project's pretty much just
floor's
done.
all done, you know, so that checks off body mounts, that checks
Body
off
mounts is done.
everything, all the back end, the
all
body's
rust
down
treated.
permanently. All rust treated, all pour 15 on the floor, Rust-Oleum on the inside to protect everything, so looking really good. So next step is probably going to be
Brakes.
working on the brakes right now too. We'll bring you back for that series on that too. Also working on some engine modifications that we had to make. We'll have videos coming up on that. And also the wiring will be coming up soon too. So we're really excited about that, ain't we?
I can think of 1,500 other things I'd rather do. I can think of like 1,502 things.
Okay, yeah. We don't want to do
Laying it out's not the bad part. It's when you got to lay there and go, okay, this one goes here.
Yeah,
This one goes here.
and the dash is going to be a whole nother fun part too. So
That'll probably be a pretty short video because I don't think they want to watch us lay there and go, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. But the good news is,
a few beeps in that series.
we have a painless harness in the 76 we're doing, and this one has an American Auto Wire, which is your 2 big name harnesses. So I think it'll be interesting to see, to compare the two, which one's
Painless American. Auto
one's
Wire.
better. Because American Auto Wire is 2 to 3 times the price of a painless.
And I've heard that American Auto Wire is awesome kits. That may be what we end up using for the Christine project, but we'll find out. Is this one American Auto Wire?
This is the American Auto Wire.
Great. All right, so we'll check
So
it out.
it'll be
in this
interesting to
car.
see. I want to see how they compare.
You know, it might even be the 57, 58 Chevy harness that we use in the Plymouth, maybe. I mean, I don't know.
Same one I'll probably use in the 58
I
Chevy.
gotta check and see what they have available. So if this one goes smooth, we got the 58 Chevy Bel Air project. We're probably gonna have to rewire too. So then we got the 56 Cadillac. We got to rewire.
Yeah, at some point you just gotta be like, okay, it just needs new. I mean, the 50s cars. I mean, let's face it, they're 70, 80 years old now. The wiring needs to go.
Yeah.
It's time for some fresh stuff.
Yeah. So, All right, guys, we're gonna sign out. So like I said, the floor is finished and good to go. Wiring and
think-
other projects coming up next.
You think these flatten all surfaces? It's not making it smaller.
How's it working?
It's not making it smaller. Just garbage
Anyways,
rollers.
all right, guys, we'll talk to you in the next one. Take care of yourself. Take care of your families. We love you. Peace.
Adios.